I mean, the reward is greater than the grind. I'm going to say that another time, y'all. The reward is greater than the grind. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Medicine with AUNO. We have survived our first week in medical school, and I just want to talk to y'all today about my experience. So enter in, here we go. Okay, y'all, so first week of med school. So for me, I spent it on Zoom. Why? Because of this pandemic, right? So I was very thankful that we had that available to us. Although I miss not meeting everybody and hope to meet everyone soon. But yeah, so the first week, first day of med school, basically it was like, welcome to med school, y'all. Here's our curriculum overview. Talked about some medical student professionalism and medical ethics, which are very important to be acting in a professional way at all times when you're working in the medical field for best patient outcomes and help your patients to trust you and develop that trust among fellow medical providers. So the next day, second day of med school, we had an intro to a class called Clinical Skills Integration, and talked about the social determinants of health, cultural awareness, and we also had an introduction to CCM, which is Critical Consciousness in Medicine, another amazing course, and I'll talk about those at the end of this video. And also, that was it for our second day. Third day, we did Thinking Like a Doctor, clinical reasoning, like taking a history, physical examination, introduction to this program DXR that we're going to use to help us develop diagnostic skills. So that's all pretty cool. And yesterday we did Feeling Like a Doctor, medical student resilience and compassion, communication. And then today, what we do today, y'all? I should remember this. All right, today we basically talked about nutrition, health for medical students, because as a medical student, you need to make sure you're staying healthy because it's going to be necessary when you're studying all day long to not get worn out. And we also had a little overview of the cell, which is absolutely amazing when you really dive into the smallest unit of life, functional unit of life, just to see how intricate it works. So, first class, I have 6 classes this semester. So CSI, clinical skills, I already talked about that, which is going to build our foundation in clinical medicine, examining doctor-patient relationship, communication skills, physical exam history taking, medical ethics. So really important. We have a class, medical biochemistry, studying metabolic pathways and cellular processes with emphasis on, a disease and clinical relevance. So, how biochemistry and deficiencies in, enzymes and stuff can cause disease. Then gross and developmental human anatomy, of course. So talking all the way from the, creation of the gametes to a developed human and the steps that process goes through. So that's 3 classes. Another one is Critical Consciousness in Medicine. So we're going to help to instill professionalism in us, cultural openness and humanity, inspire us to be inclusive as future physicians, which is very important, and produce culturally competent doctors who can deliver high quality care to all people, because our patients aren't going to all look like us. In fact, I would imagine to say most will not. They definitely won't all think like us, believe the same things we do, but they are our fellow human. And as future physicians, we must deliver the same excellent standard of care to all patients. And that's very important. Doesn't matter what they believe, what they look like, what their background is, culture is. They all deserve the same value, the same respect, and the same standard of excellent medical care. And so I think this class is very important because it will help us to examine even implicit bias, things that we're not even sure, we don't even know about, but to try to get that out of us before we are released to caring for patients so we can give them excellent care. And now we also have a class, Human Behavior and Development, kind of a psychology class talking about developmental traumas, stressors, normative experiences throughout stages of the life cycle and their contributions to normal and abnormal functioning. So, a biopsychosocial model. So, stressors and traumas in life can also, they can present as physical illness as well. Or, they can affect that. They can affect your physical health. So lastly, we have this class called Team Up, and this is pretty interesting. It's an interdisciplinary course where, you know, we as medical students will be paired up with future nurses, future PAs, future dentists, future just PTs, physical therapy, and just develop that relationship across disciplines in the healthcare fields, which is really great because it's a team effort. We all work together as a team. So that is all the classes. We're going to go inside now, and I'm going to show you some of my textbooks that I have because I bought ones that I thought would be helpful, and I was really happy to see that these are really helpful textbooks. So I'm glad that I bought them. So anyways, let's go inside, y'all. So we're inside now, and I want to show y'all some things that I have here that I found really helpful. I would recommend buying. One is a suture kit. If you go back and watch my second upload, you can see all about this. This is an amazing book, Grey's Anatomy Review. You definitely should get this because it has questions and explanations for anatomy class, and they're all like clinical scenarios, and it's kind of how your test will be and USMLE will be. Nether's anatomy coloring book. So I thought this would be really fun, right? And then I found out, like, no, I'm not going to spend my time coloring these things, and they're kind of small, and it's just, yeah, I didn't really find it useful. So unless you really like coloring, I don't know that I recommend that. This is a must-have, okay? These are basically medical encyclopedias. Came as one pack, volume 1 and 2. About $150 though, but has a lot of great stuff in here. I would get it. Okay, this you need to get. This is a Rohan Anatomy. One of my interviewers from medical school recommended this to me. She gave me a lot of amazing recommendations, which was awesome. This has obviously real pictures of dissections, but then what's nice is they correlate it with these diagrams. So it's easy to see everything, right? And they also have, you know, radiologic imaging. Here's a MR angiogram, and here's a fluoroscopic image, arteriogram. And they have some other MRI images in here. You know, just really nice because it correlates these pictures. Easy to learn. Go pick up a copy. This is basically like our anatomy textbook, and I thought it'd be good to buy a hard copy of it. Again, great book. Got to get that. This is a must buy. Nether's. Everyone uses Nether's. Just Atlas. You know, it just has pictures of anatomy. This is also, y'all gotta get this. This is my must buy. Let me just give me a little shout out here. Christmas CD, if y'all like Christmas music, you can buy a copy of that when that Christmas comes around. And this, the only purpose of this is to flex, okay? If y'all need a book to flex with, this is the book. Let me tell you why. Let me just show you why. Is anyone gonna read this? No, indeed. Okay, unless you're like studying like purely just doctorate in anatomy, and even then, who's gonna read this? So honestly, this is just a book to have and be like, hey, check out my massive 2,000, 5,000. I don't even know how many pages this is. It doesn't even matter. It's just huge. So yeah, no purpose in this book at all. Okay, except just to be like, hey, I'm a medical student. But that is all, y'all. So yeah. All right, everyone, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. That was not the most organized video I've ever made, but I just want to give you all some insight into my first week of medical school and the classes that I will be taking and what's to come. And I just want to say to everyone out there, and whatever goals that you're pursuing, especially if you're trying to be in the medical field, just don't give up, because the reward is greater than the grind. I'm going to say that another time, y'all. The reward is greater than the grind. So don't give up on the grind, because then you'll miss out on the reward, which is to be able to care for sick, hurting people one day. And there's not many other rewards in this life that are better than that, to be able to take care and bring healing to sick patients. And I was one of those patients once, and we've all gone through things, and it means a lot to have great healthcare providers. So that's it, y'all. I want y'all to say this with me. What are we gonna be? We're gonna be great doctors.
We're gonna be great